What's up, guys? How's it going? Thank you so much for being a little bit patient. We're normally on the dot on these calls, right? But I was actually just having a chat with our special guest today. We're actually kind of catching up on something that's going crazy right now. And this is, funnily enough, right, like what we've got today, because we only bring on one guest speaker a month. So those of you turning up, like, thanks so much for turning up, guys. Like, really appreciate you guys being here, because what we've got today, right, this isn't like anything else we've ever done. And I know it's not like, I know it's like a hypey thing that people say, but this is different, right? This isn't something like we're going to show you how to make money online or do all these kind of different things. This is something that's available right now and people are not focusing on it. And my guest speaker has kind of literally figured this out, and he's going to, well, I actually had to beg him to come on and say, like, can you just show my guys this, because they're going to want to know this, right? And he was like, yeah, okay, cool, let's do it. So let me kind of, we're going to get straight into it as well, because he's got like a really good presentation lined up for you. But I'll give you the full SP of kind of how it works, right? So some of you saw, like in my email, I said, the film Shawshank Redemption, right? The film Shawshank Redemption, where he overhears the warden talking about how the IRS is going to rip all the tax away from this inheritance or this thing that he was going to get, right? And he's about to throw him like off the roof. And then he says, but there's a way you can save all the money, right? Well, it's not that, but it's kind of like that, right? There's this kind of tax loophole. There's a thing going on at the moment where you can just go and help other businesses to claim money that they're due, right? It's actually money that they're due. And the kind of way to do it, you can kind of connect with these people, you can do it, right? So that's why I gave the analogy of like sitting, you remember that scene where they're all sitting on the roof with 6 beers, right? So today my guest speaker is going to show you how you can get 6 beers on the roof from the tightest warden on Shawshank, right? That was my analogy. That was my fun analogy anyway, because I love that film. That's one of my favorite films. Put Shawshank in the chat box, guys, if that's one of your favorite films as well. I've probably watched that like about 100 times, right? But it's more than that, right? So you're going to like be helping collect businesses tens of thousands of dollars, right? A lot of them don't even know that this money's out there and they're due it, right? And my guest speaker, Brian Anderson, who I'm bringing on now, right? He was just chatting to me now. He was just explaining this to me. A lot of people don't know how to do this because they think it's too hard, right? So he's going to show you how to do it. Like, it's actually not that hard, right? It's quite simple. And because these people, obviously, you're helping them, it's going to be a case of like everyone wins, so nobody loses, right? You'll be able to help them and get in there. So I've got an example here, right? So if you imagine like there's a local church getting 350 grand, or a restaurant getting 170 grand, 75 grand, or a retail business getting 225 grand, right? Coming off the pandemic, right? Which we're still kind of on the back end of that. Every business can use a bit of help, right? And a lot of businesses have folded, right? So a lot of them are really like in the last 12 months trying to get back on their feet. And it's still that, right? So imagine if you went to them and said, look, I've got a way here that you're going to get free money, no strings attached. It's not going to cost you anything, right? And it doesn't have to be repaid. It's actually sitting there waiting for you. It's your money, right? And obviously, all you've got to do is let them know. And most of them don't even know it exists, right? Sounds interesting if you think that's interesting in the chat box, guys, right? And by the way, just let me know you can all see me, hear me. I meant to do that first because we just want to make sure that we're all up and running and everything's going great. Okay, so, yeah. Brian's put anyone in the world, not just the US. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. But I'm obviously not going to go into too much because Brian's going to come on and show you the whole thing, right, guys? But I just wanted to, so yeah, put in the chat box. Yeah, sounds good, sounds interesting. Takara's put, sounds amazing. Amanda's put, Chris has put yes, Donald's put yes, and yes, okay, sounds good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, without further ado, Brian's obviously got a full presentation for you. And he's got an offer for you at the end. Obviously, full transparency how this works. But obviously, he's going to open your eyes, show you what you need to do, how you need to do it. And then at the end of the day, if you want to get involved, he's going to show you how to get involved. That's pretty much it, right? So, are you ready to come on, Brian?
Hey, Paul. Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hey man. I don't know if you're on camera today or not.
Yeah, I can be. Hang on. Let's see if it works. It works.
Yeah, I can make you a bit smaller if you don't want to cover your slides too much.
Yeah, will
So
you?
we could
That would be amazing.
yeah. Let me make you a little bit smaller so you could sort of be in the corner like that. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
I haven't used Webinar Jam. Paul is the best because he sent me a reminder tutorial video on Webinar Jam, which I haven't used in 2 or 3. Actually, I used it last year once, but awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Man,
no one uses.
I love this. I love
it, but yeah, no one uses it. So
it's a great product. I love the Shawshank tie-in, and I saw a few people say they haven't seen it. Absolutely amazing movie. It has a plot and context. You're gonna love it. Take 2 hours if you have some downtime. You'll enjoy it. It's really good. Really good. I think you guys will like it if you haven't seen it.
Well, thanks, man. But again, I just want to say thanks for coming on. I'm going to disappear in the background, let you take it away. And yeah, guys, you're in for an absolute treat. This is amazing. And yeah, pay close attention as well, because what Brian's going to give you is really amazing. So thanks, man. Catch you soon.
Thank you so much. All right, you guys, you're gonna work with me on this. Let's see. I'm gonna my vision is not the best, so if it looks like I'm squinting, I probably am. All right, I'm gonna share a screen. Somebody give me a warm fuzzy that you can see my screen. You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to leave. Let's see. I'm going to do it like this. First of all, I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to have some fun. If you're cool, I'm going to give away some prizes on the call. Just be active and engaged. I'll let Paul pick out some winners on the call. I'm going to leave my slides over on the left. I'm not even going to maximize it. I want this to be relaxed and cool. This is not, Paul said it best a minute ago. Absolutely not here. There's no hype. There's none of the usual elements of traditional marketing. I think you're gonna find this webinar a case study. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Joel. So let's get going. So my name is Brian Anderson. I'm going to show you an affiliate opportunity, the convergence of lead gen and affiliate marketing on how you can actually help others and make money. And before you ask, I saw Trevor and a few other people asking, can I do this if I'm not in the US? Yes. So I got a couple promises. This is kind of important. This webinar is going to seem a little odd. There's not going to be any hype at all. I'm not going to ask you for any money. So put your PayPal, your credit card. There's no trial. There's no dollar. There's no sign up, and pay X. Nothing. There's no upsell, downsell. None of that stuff. I'm not asking you for anything. I want to show you how you can benefit from referring businesses. And I'm going to show you, this is kind of exciting. Yes, Richard, I'm going to show you how you can do good by others, right? Which is helping them on their biggest need. And in good faith, what we're going to do at the end, I say we, but Paul is going to pick. We are going to have some winners. And we'll give away 4 of you some cash, some pounds, euros, dollars, right? We'll figure it out. It'll come in your currency. What else? This is me. I got to do the obligatory webinar stuff just to kind of, do this because you know what's cool about this? I love being on calls with Paul because we don't really overlap very much. If we've kind of been on a webinar together, maybe give me a 1. And maybe give me a 2 if we never even met before, which is totally fine. It just helps me understand from a background. So I'm going to give you a second to do that. 1 and 2. 1, we've been on calls together before. 2, never. So cool. All right, I'll give you a second. All right, here it comes. Lots of 2s. See, that's what I thought, which is so cool. Few 1s. Welcome to the 1s. All right. So really does help me. There's a slight lag. So that's myself on the right, obviously. That is my wife, Rebecca, on the left. I have 4 kids, 2 in college. I got a middle schooler and a high schooler. I've been an internet marketer since 1996 in one way or another. I got started at the very beginning. True story, very funny. I was a young lad at the time, and I bought all the domain names of every Fortune 500 company you could think of And then I got sued multiple times to return their domain names. So proof. Also, at a very young age, I bought a bunch of bad words on the internet right when they came out. Bought those domain names too. And I did not get sued and fortunately sold those, which was actually one of the smarter things I may have ever done in my life. So, been around a long time. I'm here to tell you this is one of the neatest, coolest things I've seen. You may have seen something like what we're doing before, but I like to think our model is a little more dialed in, a little tighter. And obviously I'm biased. So this is I threw this in for Paul. This is my family. We were on a trip to Paris and London a few months ago, and we were prepping for the long flight, etc. But for me, it's about family. It's about travel. I live on the water, not on the ocean, unfortunately. I live on a nice lake, and I think I was violating some laws here in the U.S. on how many people were on the boat. But listen, I can tell you this. I am not going to focus on me after this slide about money, success. Everything I'm going to focus on is someone just like you, someone that was on the webinar recently or in the last period of time, and they've had success or even not. I'm going to show you somebody who didn't have success, right? But I've been fortunate over a long period of time to do well in all these areas. And I got to be honest, that's not typical. You know this. Not everybody always kills it. I've been a professional marketer a long time. But I'll be honest, my life wasn't always perfect by any means, right? Frank, thank you so much. My life was not perfect at all. I had done the usual. I went to college, I got a job, and then I found this. So for those of you in the US, you can relate. What is it? And Paul in London, is it the M1 or M2? The motorway around London, the traffic. Listen, I went from Abbey Road Studios in December back to Hyde Park, and I swear I was never going to get there. Traffic was immense. But I was in this every day. Did not make me happy in the least. I was very unhappy. As a matter of fact, it would take me 1 hour to go 8 miles. That is not enjoyable. Oh, wow, Graham. That's awesome. No, Mario and I are really good friends. I'm 51, I'm about to be 52, but back in the day, I was rushed to the ER at 33, and I ended up having all the signs, but I was too young to know it. I had the chest pain, I had the left arm thing, and I ended up spending several weeks in the hospital in the cardiac ICU. And, they never figured it out. I had pericarditis, stress-related heart conditions, and guys, I'll tell you what, between the traffic and I don't know about this, give me a 5 if you've ever been let go against your will, you've been fired, laid off, whatever word you want to use from your job. I was a tech guy coming up in the .com, right before the .com era. And then when .com hit, I swear to God, 3 times. Lost my job 3 times. And once, of course, once was epic. Once was via email. A lot of 5s. Donald and Graham and Alexi. Yeah, Trevor. All right, listen to this. Once was via email from it was via Lotus. It was Lotus Notes. It was Xerox. And then another time was via voicemail on my honeymoon. I was in the British Virgin Islands. And when I got home, I got the message letting me know the bad news. Christy Pepperdine, one of my faves. Let's see, I see Christy. Christy, good news. I think you got 2 checks yesterday, 2 payments. So glad you're here. Guys, this was the last straw for me personally. This was the last straw. I mean, I got to be honest. The worst feeling ever, right? And then you compound it by having it happen on, one of your, arguably one of the best days of your life. So horrible. I knew I was done playing the casino, the corporate roulette wheel. I decided I need to take control. At the time, I was a dabbler. I was an IM part-timer. And I said I needed to do my own thing, start my own business, even if it was part-time. Now, I had been doing intermittent work, but I said, no, I needed a real income to replace my job. So nowadays, all of us have options. You're involved with Paul. You're probably doing some cool stuff with video. Man, just for those of you at least 40, 45 years old, think about the things you can do now like this that you couldn't do when we were young. Think about it. It did not exist. No internet, no cell phone, and most definitely no ability to download an app and start a business. Did not exist. Oh, yeah, I love Simon Coulson. What a great guy. Fabulous guy. Start a small business in your town. Well, this is what I chose to do, right? And I started a marketing company serving local clients. Obviously, there's a lot of people finding success with things like investment property, all the digital marketing things like website design, SEO. Listen, SEO may sound like a bad word today. I'm going to tell you a secret. Late 90s, right before the word was coined, which I believe came from one of the search engine land guys, Danny, his name escapes me, but listen to this. I got to tell you, I literally changed my life with SEO 20 odd years ago. So while it seems overplayed today, that's true of anything and everything, right? It's all about seizing the opportunity and finding it. Affiliate marketing. I got to tell you, I was great in affiliate marketing in the 94 to 99. Then I did nothing until 08. Don't even ask me. And I got pretty good at it. But then all the things that agency types will do, like social media and mobile, reputation, all those things like lead generation. Oh, DoorDash, great one, Kujawa. I just had a DoorDash this morning, and where is my Starbucks? I think I just threw it away. I think I DoorDashed. No, I Uber Eats to my Starbucks while I'm sitting here in my office. Guys, what we're going to talk about today, which is so awesome, is the convergence of lead generation and affiliate marketing. So this affiliate marketing, just like you know it, in lead generation. Now, all these things, like I had come from a mindset of doing this work for clients. I had been doing this for a while, long time. And honestly, to me, everything was sunshine and roses. Everything was always good, right? But I'm going to tell you the dirty little secret of internet marketing, at least for businesses, that nobody will ever tell you. And I suspect some of you guys know, but here's the deal. Not all businesses understand or know that they need your service. And not all marketers, right, know how to provide the service in the first place. So this is why so many people struggle, right? When you see people that are trying to do agency work for clients, usually it's because they're not able to make that value proposition to the client crystal clear to the point they sign up. Now, I'm going to ask you a question right now. I'm on a webinar last February with this guy, one of the old school information guru guys, Brian Tracy, super motivating, just a quality person, honestly. I wrote this down and I took this away, and I believe it. I believed it then. I believed it that night, and I believe it today. Welcome, Debbie. So I want you to know this. If you are willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable, key phrase, awkward and uncomfortable when you try something new, that is probably the missing link for you to succeed. It is definitely the missing link on what we're going to talk about today. So give me a 7 or maybe even 3 7s if you are willing to put yourself out there. I want you to imagine back in grade school, maybe 8th, 9th grade, and you went to the school dance. As a guy, I'm going to pretend, as a young boy, right, a lad, and you had to go up and ask somebody to dance with you. Probably the most awkward experience of all time at that point, right? A lot of 7s coming in. A lot of 777s, actually. Alexi and Roy and Greg and Chris and Donald, Joel and Marie and Frank and so many more. Listen, when that awkward feeling happens, this is usually a sign that you're taking steps towards meeting your goal, right? So Brian Tracy's quote is very fitting to what we're gonna discuss. So what are we discussing? No products to sell. Very, very easy to explain in one sentence. Does not require you to be an expert. has great potential value to both you and to businesses. These 4 things are important. One, I don't know about you guys, but most marketers struggle on selling. You know why? They can't build value in what they're selling to the point somebody wants to sign up. That's it. So everybody wants something easy, right? And I will tell you this, Frank, I love it. Frank AP. It doesn't require you to be an expert. We have experts, and I'll talk about it in a minute, far beyond me. And it has to be valuable to the prospect, the customer, right? So like Paul's having me as a guest. If this is valuable to you, if our presentation is valuable, then I would hope you'd consider signing up. There is no cost. It's not about money, but I would only want you to sign up if this resonates with you and it has value to you. And if it does, I think you're going to get excited. Now, I want you to time travel with me, right? How many of you, if you're UK, say UK. If you're US, say USA. If you're anywhere else, just say world, right? And it'll help me understand where everybody's located. So UK, US, world. Doesn't matter where you live, but I want to tell a story where I was March 6, 2020, right? I see a good mix right now of UK and US. Alexi, world. Where are you from, Alexi? So March 6th to the 9th, I was at an internet marketing event. Aussie, welcome, Chris. I was at an internet marketing event in Washington, D.C. About 100 7- and 8-figure internet marketers gathered. You got Christy in Texas. Finland. Oh, I love Helsinki, Alexi. It's the only place I've been in Finland. But listen, I'm at this event, and I'm in my bubble for 3 days. It ends. I go to the airport. It was Reagan National Airport. And I go to the airport, and everybody's wearing masks. Like, everybody. And I'm just like, where am I and what's going on? Like, I was completely disconnected. Jupiter. I love Jupiter and Palm Beach, Richard. Welcome. So what happened is the world changed. Doesn't matter why. Right. Frank, February. Is that Frank the Tank? Frank C? I don't wonder if that's Frank. Frank, I'm always trying to make sure what Frank is who. Okay. So let me ask you this. When I was at this event, the world changed. It changed in the US. It changed in Italy. It changed in the UK. It changed every single place. And as a result, in the US, the United States government, awesome, Frank. Good to see you, man. The United States government created an entitlement program, right? Or a scheme, right? Is that what you would call it in the UK? An entitlement program to help businesses. In the US, they called it PPP, Paycheck Protection Program. It almost could be an internet marketing launch, right? Imagine President Trump. Imagine the Congress that was divided politically in the US at the time. The Democrats and Republicans were like this. The president was like this. Nobody got along. But they came together within a couple short days. They created this program to help American entrepreneurs, to help businesses. And you know what? It actually worked. Credit to them. They don't always get credit. They don't usually deserve it, right? But millions of businesses receive a piece of the pie. $659 billion was handed out to businesses that were suffering, businesses that had employees. Those employees had families all across the country. It was critical. And what they did is they made this a loan that was forgivable, right? What the heck, right? Only the government. It was potentially 100% forgivable. Vast majority of businesses qualified for the first round, and it actually did good and helped people. Now, these ended almost 2 years ago, May of 2021. It was created by this law, this legislation in the United States. Some of you will be familiar with. It's called the CARES Act. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know anything more than that. Well, this program, this handout program called PPP, had a big brother or a big sister, if you will, right? And guess what? some of you already guessed it, but that program is called the Employee Retention Tax Credit. If you're like me, you hear the word tax, accounting, government, and you're like, oh my God, please no. Well, that's how I feel too. Kajawa said his wife got $5,000 for her business. Excellent. Now, yes, this ERTC program, like the PPP program, was one other program in the United States giving out money to small business owners who qualify. That's kind of what happened. Now, originally, and you don't have to read all this. Originally, businesses got $5,000 per employee. They took the first 10,000 of qualified wages. You got 50%. You would get $5,000 for every employee. So if you had 20 employees at your restaurant, that is $100,000. Now, there is one big problem. Every business in the country, like 90% plus, took the PPP loan because it was easy. It was a one-pager, right? But the CARES Act said you can do PPP or ERTC. You can't do both. Trevor, thank you. The furlough scheme. So this ruled out tens of millions of businesses who still needed help. This ruled out the people that needed it most, the entrepreneurs that had less than 500 employees. This ruled out the traditional kind of businesses that most of us knew somebody that worked at or maybe even worked at ourselves. Now, the good news is government can't make up their minds. After like 4 or 5 changes, one of the changes allowed double dipping. Now it was, hey, if you got the PPP, fast forward a year later, now you can get the ERTC, sometimes abbreviated ERC. Same thing. So they did this under a new law called the America Rescue Plan Act. I'm telling you, it sounds like an internet marketing launch to me. The American Rescue Plan Act of March of 2021 now said, hey, there's more money in ERC now, and I'm going to tell you about that. And now businesses that had got the PPP can do this, and it extended the time frame. So the most important thing is that businesses that had received the PPP could now receive the ERC. And there were initially, this is how they changed this thing so many times, you guys. There were 7 periods. There were 3 periods, quarter 2, 3, and 4 of 20, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 of 21. Then they passed another law and took away quarter 4 of 21 for most businesses. So net, the vast majority of businesses in America are eligible potentially for this free money in 6 periods. Now, if you are thinking what I'm thinking, how much money? Well, instead of $5,000, now up to $26,000 per employee. $26,000 per employee. So do you remember that 20-employee restaurant with the $5,000 the year before? They could get $100,000. Now, that same business could get $520,000. Shocking. 5x bigger. Now, at this point in the presentation, we've been on the webinar jam for 20-odd minutes, and you're thinking what I'm thinking. The U.S. government is giving aid money out. The businesses don't have to pay back. How does this help me? If that makes sense, just say yep or yes or one. Say something, because that is what I would be thinking right now. So true story, they're giving out this free money. So what? I don't have a business. I'm not even an American, right? That's a lot of free money, right, Alexi? It's ridiculous. Absolutely bananas. Okay, thank you, Sherry and Roy and everybody else. Listen, here's why. I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why you should care. Yes, Brad, exactly. So why should you care? 2 reasons. 1, most businesses do not know about the program. I suspect most of you will agree with this. Here's what's crazy. They made this available to businesses, and there was virtually no press releases, marketing, news coverage, no direct mail from the government. You know what? Nothing, virtually nothing was done. Fascinating. Nobody knew about it. And then the second point, it's hard. I'm going to call it super hard. Now, not what me and you are doing, but the actual accounting is complicated, tedious, and confusing. Let me say one more time, complicated. In fact, most CPAs don't even really know how to do the work. In the US, a CPA is like the highest level accountant. I think in the UK, it would be like a chartered financial accountant. So this is kind of what's going on, right? Now you've got about a dozen companies in the US trying to serve this market. And I'm going to tell you about what we're doing. Brad just brought up one that's on conservative talk radio, and I've heard those ads too. So everybody's trying to serve the market, right? Well, guess what? This complexity, you guys, remember I said it was hard and nobody knows about it. It creates opportunity. Opportunity. Just like this fellow here, mining, panning for gold, right? During the gold rush, you guys have heard it, so have I. Miners needed help. They needed picks and shovels and Levi's jeans and equipment, right? That's where the phrase came from, sell picks and shovels, right? So during the gold rush, that is true to the point that we still use that expression today, 150 odd years later, 170 years later, right? From the original California or Alaskan gold rush. Well, guess what? These business owners, they need help. Sure, has the pandemic subsided at some level? Yes. But I want you to imagine you were a business owner and you floated on your personal credit cards to stay afloat. You took out loans. Your revenue dropped like a rock because the government closed things down or people just didn't come out, right? All kinds of reasons. The stories are endless. Well, those same businesses are still digging out. They probably will be for a number of years. And one thing they need help with, they need to know about this program, right? They need to know about the money and to help get them this money that they deserve. And I have to tell you, each of you has, I love it, Mike James Seeley. I'm going to share that in a second. You each have the power to help American entrepreneurs, people just like us, like all of us. You have the power to help them get access to money from the government that is not required to be repaid, that a large percentage of them do not even know about. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. You're going to help these people get free money that they didn't know about, that they don't have to pay back. Now, some know about it, but not all. As a matter of fact, I find about 8 out of 10 that our team speaks to did not know about it. Fascinating. If that gets you excited, you're in the right place. If you're not interested in getting money for helping other entrepreneurs get free money, I would tell you this is probably not for you, honest. But on a related note, Sam Bronin, first millionaire in California, sold picks and news and maps, shovels. Very cool, Mike. I did not know that. Okay, so I knew that I could do this work. I knew that I could help these entrepreneurs, right? So I knew I could do it, right? Absolutely knew it. But I will be honest, I am not an accountant, not a bookkeeper, not a tax professional, and most of you are probably not either. So I said to myself, how do I help them? I'm a good problem solver. I'm a good strategy guy. And I said, I'm going to find some professionals that know a lot more than me, and I'm going to connect the businesses with the professionals, right? That's what I did. That's it. No rocket science. Any one of you would have done the same thing. So I went out and said, this, it's no longer last year. This is in 2021. I said, I didn't want to be an expert. I've become a subject matter expert, but that's about it. I partnered with a CPA firm. who specialized in getting businesses with tens of thousands of dollars the government owes them. And they agreed to pay me commission. Well, funny enough, guess what happened? Anybody want to guess what happened? Firm was super nice guys. Like, I really like them. My main contact. I mean, generally the kind of guy you would want to sit at the pub, have dinner and have a few pints, have a beer, whatever. Well, here's what happened. I'm a pretty good marketer, and I said, well, I'm going to send them some files. I'm going to generate some deals. Well, guess what? I generated so much business. Yeah, Mike, so much business. They couldn't handle it. And you know what? I had to go back to the drawing board. Late 21, I had to change everything. They just couldn't do it. And nobody could. It wasn't a slight on them. They weren't set up to handle volume. They weren't built to scale. Yeah, Mojo, you got it. And Mike James Seeley. Thank you, Nicole. So what I wanted, I didn't want to be an affiliate. I wanted a strategic relationship. I spoke with over a dozen CPA firms. I had in-depth conversations, NDAs, everything. I used the word allegedly doing this work. I chose the absolute best one, ignoring the marketing companies and small shops. And then I negotiated a deal for more commissions, more support, and a seat at the table. As a matter of fact, as I speak to you right now, I am in the office. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, as I told you earlier. I am in Florida right now, in Tampa, Florida, at the offices of this company. And I have a seat at the table. And I have direct access to the team. And everything I said, right, is pretty amazing. And I'm about to really blow your minds in a second. You've stuck with me this long. I'm about to answer the question that you care about. And if you don't care about this, I want you to care about this. Okay, Brian, I'm not a business owner in America. Even if you're an American, maybe you're not. How much can I make? How much can I make as a referral partner? Now, I am going to answer this question without the usual internet marketing webinar hype. And I get excited about this. I'm going to be honest. I get super jazzed up. Right? So, on average, referrals pay between 1.8 and 4% of the money collected for the business. 1.8 and 4%. And you may be thinking, what kind of businesses? Well, since I don't have permission to copy any of the client's information in these slides, this is my younger brother's air conditioning business. And no, I did not ask his permission, but I took it right off Google. And so this is my brother. You can look him up. He's in Pensacola, Florida. He owns an air conditioning company called Anderson Air. Same last name. He decided to become a contractor. He's done pretty well with it. Well, guess what? Who wants to wager? He's just got 11 employees. Heck, 2 of them, one is him and one's his wife. 11 employees. How much free money did my little brother get? What do you guys, anybody want to throw a number out? I don't mind sharing. I can tell you because I know how much he got. So I know there's a lag of about 15 seconds. So I'll let the lag catch up and then we'll kind of move on. I'm going to see who gets it right or close or whatever. What's fascinating about this is this normal business, right? We got 100,000, 300,000, 50,000. 55, 286, 150, 64K, 275. I love it, you guys. 11 times 100, 15K. Yeah, 286. Okay, remember, it's up to 26,000, so it doesn't totally equal what you think. Government math, right? Up to. Well, guess what? He got $204,000. I think looking at this, I'm going to say that Joel, you were closest. Joel. So remind me at the end. I want to make sure you get one of our gift cards, Joel. Thank you. So Paul, when you hear this, let's make sure we get Joel. So $204,000. You know what he did? He didn't fire his employees. You know what he did? He kept them on the payroll. So let's do the math. I sampled some deals. Average deal, well, this was up to December 18th. I had grabbed the 432 most recent deals, probably going back a week or two then. The average deal was $159,000 back to the business. The largest deal was $2.2 million to a nonprofit. Think about that, $2.2 million to a nonprofit. So for our agents, the lowest payout on that deal would have been $2,863.95. The highest payout on that deal would have been $7,159. How much could you make on that deal? That average, somewhere between there and there. Well, you may be asking, I want $7,000, not $2,800. Why the range? Why the range? Well, it's about choice. It's about choice. Some businesses pay less money in accounting fees because they pay up front. Other businesses pay a deposit and then the balance later. And then some businesses pay the full fee and defer their payment till later, and you make the most money on those, right? So that's kind of what you could make in that range. As you can see, depending on the amount collected, it could be very substantial. And I want to give you numbers for myself, but I can't because it's not fair. I don't like people that do that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you, Stuart. Welcome to you. Thank you for being here. I asked myself this, can I actually do this? Can I actually do this? And I drew on a piece of paper, not a napkin, something that was like this. One of my team cleaned it up. Look, I had to identify businesses, get them to fill out a form, and do it over and over again, step 1 and 2. Now, I have had, at the time I made the slide, it was hundreds. I have had thousands and thousands of members submit deals in their first week. So it's not just Brian. Brian did this. It's, heck, on this call we have Stuart. On this call we have Christy. Christy got paid. Not only did she submit a deal, she got paid on 2 deals yesterday or today, I think. Listen, guys, let's look at what real people are saying. David, I get this message a lot, but I had this slide from back in the day, and David said, thank you very, very much for this opportunity. Larry, right? These are their experiences. Everything may vary, right? This is not a guarantee. It seems too easy. You do work our leads for us. Fascinating. Fascinating. Scott, this guy's great. Never met him. He lives in Wyoming. I live in Atlanta, very distant in the U.S. He checked it out with his CPA. CPA told him to do it. Very first deal I think that ever came in was a guy named Tim. Outside of me, he was the first agent to submit a deal. And I don't even remember his last name. I don't know him from Adam. He submitted a company that did cryo, like a fitness kind of stuff. 24 employees. They were operating under a shutdown order. So there's different ways you qualify. And, 24 employees up to $26,000 each. Here's another person, Burgess. Burgess had done 7 deals right out of the gate. I've got a giant team, over 100 employees now, over 15,000, 16,000 agents, over 100 employees. And guess what? It all started with an idea. It all started on how can we solve a problem for businesses? How do we help people, right? Well, Ray helped a deli with 33 employees. Susan helped a small healthcare office, only 5 employees. Amanda helped an eyelash extension business. Listen to this. Mark, first deal right out of the gate was a timber and hardwood floor company. Steve over in Charlotte, North Carolina, he got a coffee and cafe restaurant, like a breakfast place, with over 40 W-2s. More employees equals more money. More employees equals more money. So, Cynthia, she got a grocery store. Now, I want to ask you, Richard, I don't know the answer to that. I see your private message to me. I truly don't even look at other people. I'm sure it's in the same vein. I don't want to lead you astray. I honestly don't know. How many of you have a friend that you've known since grade school, high school, A-levels? What do we call it in the UK? A friend from way back in the day, a friend you've known a long time. Because my next person had a friend. Oh, yeah, Frank? Frank, I'm going to tell you something. You guys, put it this way. I'm going to give you one story about myself with no money. Let's just say my internet marketing business is super strong. One of the stronger internet marketing businesses. What if I told you that I absolutely destroyed what I was doing in internet marketing to the point that I took all my knowledge of internet marketing and I applied it here? And that is what I've been focused on because I want to help others as I help myself. Well, guess what, guys? All of you knew somebody, you knew a friend. Well, Naomi helped a friend from school from back when she was young who had a 5-location breakfast, kind of like restaurant place, like cafes, coffee shops. I want to say that she made multiple 5 figures helping the friend. I don't want to give out dollar amounts because I don't like people who do that. First of all, individual experiences are not typical. They will vary and they're not a guarantee of success, right? But I can tell you that Naomi, at the time I made this slide, had closed and been paid on. She had 11 deals. Frank, I don't know most of these people. Frank, 16 deals. I want you to think of each deal being in that $3,000 to $8,000 range. Let's just use conservative numbers. 3 to 8K. He has 16 when I made the slide. How about this guy? You don't know him, but do you remember the nonprofit deal? Does anybody remember how big it was? I mentioned it about, 10 minutes ago. There was a nonprofit I said that was blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? This gentleman, Antoine, is the person that referred the nonprofit. Why do I tell you this? Well, not only has he done 11 plus deals, he's done many more since then. I need to update some of these slides. Yeah, Mike, I'm writing your name down. Mike James Seeley, got you for a gift card. And Joel I have. And I'm writing these down to give to Paul. So $2.2 million. Well, guess what? Antoine made 6 figures on the deal, right at 6 figures. If that doesn't get you excited, you should get off the webinar right now. He helped a nonprofit that helped homeless people get multiple $1 million while helping himself. Pretty amazing. This guy is a fabulous individual. I'm excited to actually meet him in person next week for the first time at our live event. I got a guy in Georgia. He's not very technical. He's not even very internet-y, but he's a good dude. His name is Tommy. And he's got a day job and a part-time job. And he's got a wife there. Well, guess what? 29 deals in 6 months. I've got Gina in Florida. She's done a handful more since then, but 11. This guy, Mark, I told you earlier, he's done 30 deals to date. Remember, each deal is several thousand, if not even 5 figures, right? Crazy, right? It varies. How about this one? Husband and wife. Maybe you want to do something husband and wife or with a child, a parent, right? You want a partner. Well, these guys, at the time I made the slide, have done 18 deals. 18. Fascinating. I love this guy. I don't know him in person, but, he's a straight shooter. He's the kind of guy that'll call out BS, but he brings the heat and he walks the walk. His name is Bud Clark. Good dude. He works with his wife. They've done 12 deals. He's in a super small town. Super small town. Stanley, I don't know this guy. When I made the slide, he's done 31 deals. I've never met the guy. I barely communicated with him ever. That is the sign of a guy that's done serious money. Sean is not in America. He's done over 20 deals. As a matter of fact, we just sent Sean payment on 3 more deals, I believe today. So 3 more deals for Sean. Jeremy has done 12 deals, 16 deals for Herschel. Roland, I love this picture, Roland. Looking forward to meeting this guy. Roland's done over 45 deals. Now, I'm telling you this because these people are all making thousands, potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands on each deal. Herb's done 12 deals. Norma, she's like the big deal queen. She did a $3 million deal in her 15. $3 million. So, what else? All right, let me give you more. How about Steve? It's the guy with the coffee and cafe in Charlotte, North Carolina. 13 deals at the end of 2022, right? Guys, every single day, we typically get 400 or 500 deals. 400 or 500 deals a day. If you ever said, can I do this? How many of you ever said, I haven't been able to make things work? How many of you said, I can't do it? So, I see the comments. I see a few of you. Well, I will tell you this. There's not 100% success rate at anything, but I'm having large numbers of people, and the number keeps getting larger, find success. Frank, I have no doubt. Frank, you'll be a testimonial by 8 p.m. tonight. I have literally no doubt, Frank C. Let's see. Blank slide. Brian, way to go there. Now, I'm going to give you the story that nobody likes to give. Well, guess what? This guy, he was struggling. So let me tell a story. We started as a paid program. And then I said, it's so successful, I'm going to create a version for free. I stopped selling the paid version. It's not available. And guess what? This guy was struggling. But I don't want to leave anybody behind, right? I don't want to leave them behind. Fiona, make sure you watch. I've got an amazing training from yesterday with Scott Hall I'd love for you to see. And Fiona, nice to see you. So Andy was struggling. And what I did is I had him work with one of our team. He did 2 deals about in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then recently he did a multiple 5-figure deal. Remember, it's this easy. Step 1, step 2, identify prospects, refer them. Now, I want to stop. I want to stop right now. Before we go on, straight up, how many of you are like, I like this. I think this is pretty cool. I think I like this. I love that you made it free, Brian. I think that was a great move. How many of you are gelling with what we're doing? And it's okay if you don't. I'm still grateful you're on this call and we can still connect here. You don't have to. It has to be good for you, not for other people. Amanda, thank you so much. Thank you, Amanda. Where are you from? Are you Netherlands or no? You know I'm guessing from your name. Yeah, Brad, it is crazy. Brad, let me tell you this. I walked away from a business just under 10 million. Walked away. Completely walked away. Blowing it away. I love it. Okay, I'm loving the feedback. Well, our company is called ERTC Express. I'll give you the website in a second. Oh, you're in Canada. Good. A lot of Canadians having success here. Let me give you this. Mike, I love it. We are one of the nation's largest. I don't know who the biggest is, but we're one of the largest, focused exclusively on the ERTC program. We are focused on compliance. When you go to our website, of which I'll give you in a second, guess what? It talks compliance. It talks accounting. It talks power of 3. You know what that is? We have 3 accounting teams work on each file. So I am right now in that building in Tampa, Florida. I'm on the 3rd floor, almost on the left corner behind that clump of trees right now. You can do this outside of the U.S., and I will hold a special training, and I'm going to invite Scott to help me on that again. For those of you outside of the U.S., I will tell you that a lot of our non-American guys are having a lot of success on LinkedIn. Oh, that's awesome, Amanda. I thought he did. Okay, so we're in Tampa, right? Focused on compliance. We have what makes us different? Well, we have CPAs doing the work. We have 3 teams, right? We have a large team. That's myself. In the middle is the CEO, John. You'll see me. I'm one of the team. I'm on the left of John, right to the left. What else? Skip. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Here's something that's kind of cool we do. Yeah, I talked about compliance and 3 teams and CPAs. We don't have to chase the money. So when a client defers, we use a lockbox system. This lockbox system is like an escrow agent. If you bought a home in the US with a title company or a closing attorney before, the money from the government goes in the lockbox. The lockbox pays us and it pays the client. We do not have to go chase checks. One of the things that makes us different. Now, who are we really? You can open your web browser and click on or visit ertc.com. You can see more about the company. When I wrote this, we had over 5,000 team members. We're over 16,000 now. We have a core team of CPAs. We don't use software and offshore teams. We use American accountants and CPAs. That is a difference maker when dealing with the businesses. As a matter of fact, this is me here on the bottom. I tried to put my picture there. I taught a session, right? I taught a session on the ERTC credit to CPAs. Now, I will fully admit I am not an expert, but I'm a good teacher and presenter. And what I did here is I showcased our company and our experts, right? I showcased that, and that's critical. So really, what are we doing, guys? It's really this easy. It's an affiliate system that allows you to refer small businesses. You're not selling them. You're not charging them a fee. Every time a deal is approved and paid out, you get paid. There's a unique product offering. I think you can tell already. Many businesses, not all, but over half, over 3/4, I would tell you, are unaware of this. And in the US, we're starting to see marketing. We're hearing it on the radio. What's fascinating? Vast majority of businesses don't even know. Partner with our team, maximize your potential. That is what we're doing. Training is simple and to the point. I teach you the basics in Module 1, who, what, when, where, why. In Module 2, it's about getting to the money. Simple training on how to make money, case studies. I illuminate, I kind of enlighten you on the process, right? So what else? Well, guess what? Module 3, generating leads. This is the part you care about. If you're in America, if you're in the UK, if you're in Thailand, if you're in Australia, you're in Bondi Beach, I don't care. You're in Pattaya. If you're in, make up places, Dakar, you're in Israel, Peru. We have agents in all those places. What if you live on a cruise ship and you travel the world? You can do this. What if you live at a research station for scientists in Antarctica? You can do this. You have to have internet, though, okay? All right. I teach you in Module 3. Module 4. How many of you right now are thinking this question? What are the deals that pay the most money? Is anybody thinking that? If you are, give me a 9. If you're thinking, what are the deals that pay the most money? What are they? Because that's the deal that I want. That is the deal that I want, right? So I made a module called Module 4, Profit Pinnacle. And guess what I do there? Brad's like, I'll give you a lot of 9s. This is what niches are paying the most commission. Funny enough. What are the easiest niches? What niches are where almost every business is approved? What are the highest value niches? What are the lowest value niches? What are the ones that might deceive you? I teach you that in the 4th module. And at this point, we've got all kind of resources from cold email, from scripts, from messaging campaigns, from Facebook, LinkedIn. We've got brochures, flyers. We got all kinds of stuff. I love that one, Mike. I'll definitely talk about that. It's actually most. Mike said, what industries still don't know about it? I will tell you this. It's true in all industries, but one industry tends to know about it more than others, and that's the restaurant industry. So doesn't mean they've done it. They just have heard of it. So look, I got bonuses. I'll come back to this. I'm going to skip everything else. Listen, I want to get right to this. Right now, I encourage you, and I'll go back and I'll finish the presentation, but right now at 1:04 p.m. on the East Coast, if you think this is for you, if you know this is for you, like Frank knows it. Frank, Man, I want you at the live event next week, Frank, Thursday and Friday. I don't even have any seats left. I'll figure a way to get you there. Listen to this, guys. ERTCexpress.com/Paul Murphy. This is an exclusive link only for Paul. You do not have to pay. You will not be able to pay. It's not an option. I had a paid version. It went away. Doesn't exist. This version is free. Okay? ERTCexpress.com/Paul Murphy. Paul, if you're here or any of the teams, somebody help me put this link in the chat. Somebody put it somewhere for me. Let's see. Where can I put it? I am learning.
Put it in the chat now.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Thank you. Guys, I am going to finish the presentation, but I hate when people don't give you a link. Paul does too. We've talked about this. Guys, there's a reason for the madness. I want to build value in the presentation before I make an offer to you, right? I think I've already built value over free. Somebody check it. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yep, it should. When it comes up, you should see a very short opt-in. Very simplistic opt-in. It's very, very easy. Make sure you spell Paul. Amanda, you got a Y instead of an L in Paul's name. So it's that easy. ERTCexpress.com/Paul Murphy. Now, what I want to do is I want to go back. I know I said I was going to skip a bunch of stuff. I'll unskip it. So everybody gets a website. But the most important thing on your website looks like this. It's a form. All right, Alexi, welcome, welcome. It's a form. We set up the website for you. Neil, it's absolutely free. But I only want you to sign up. I implore you, if you are not committed, do not sign up. Do not do it. If you are committed, I promise you, this may be a game changer for you. It may be. Because guess what? Step one, identify businesses. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you a list, right? I'm going to give that to you as a bonus. Step two, get them to fill out. I'm going to show you how I get people to fill it out. Now, you can let our team, hang on. Paul, do you mind if I take a little walkabout?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. You guys, this is a little unorthodox, a little crazy. Tell me if I lose audio, Paul. I'm going to walk out to the main part of the office. Hey, Derek, what's going on? Hey, congrats, man. Good week, huh? Hang on. I'm going to walk out, and I'm going to turn my camera around. Hey, Martha, what's going on? Say hi. You're on camera.
Hi.
All right. So you can see out on the floor. Somebody give me a wave, a wave. There we go, Stevens. There are people. There we go. All right. Hey, Steve. Hey, Cass. All right. So there are people everywhere. This is part of the team in here. And I'm just doing a little walkabout as I walk. We've got people everywhere. I'm going to let you say hi to Lee because I want you to feel what I feel. Lee, we're live on a webinar, and I said I'm going to show you the reality. This is Lee Collins.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
How's it
Awesome.
going?
Yep, we got all over the world. Anyway, thank you, Lee.
Yes, sir.
We got people everywhere. You guys, we've got a monster team here. This is not Brian in my small office. I got a little 3,000 or 4,000 square foot office. We are like 26,000 square feet. I don't even know exactly how many. It's a lot. Let me get back to my desk. Okay, so I want you to get excited about it. Listen, I want you to get excited because this is real. You can have that team out there call and follow up on all your deals, or you can do it yourself and get the documents. If you get the documents, you get paid more money. I don't want you to worry about that right now, but I'll teach you it in the training. You get paid more money. God, I'm getting myself excited, you guys. All right, listen, watch this. I've got Errol in the UK. I can't remember exactly. He's just outside of London. Now it escapes me where. All right, I've got Errol Blackburn. I've got this lady in New Jersey. I haven't spoke to her in a while. Love her. Super intelligent, very bright. She was celebrating her 70th birthday. And she said something to me that honestly was one of the nicest things I had heard in a long time because I really valued her opinion. This opportunity is the very best thing I've ever seen. Thank you so much for getting us involved. And you know what? Thanks to Gail, because she got my mindset right. And I was able, at that point, I knew I needed to make it free. I knew I needed to let anybody and everybody be a part of this. Why? Because this is a game changer. Frank, it's on me. It is on me. I see. Yeah, Frank, Tampa, Wednesday to Friday, afternoon some point. Okay, listen to this. All right. We have so many people successful. Who wants to know my one problem? Christy knows and a few others. My one problem is we are constantly chasing members to get their payment information. Why? Because people are slack. I'm slack. Sometimes I'm so busy I don't do things. At any given time, I owe 8 to 10 people money, and I need their payment info so I can pay them. Imagine that. Imagine that there are so many people making money that I have a person, right? Actually, you met her. Martha helps us run down people, right, that I need their information so our accountants can trigger it. Now, I'm going to put the link back on the screen, ertcexpress.com/Paul Murphy. Now, we are operating at a volume level. Amanda, right? We are operating at a volume level. I think I have 6 or 8 support people in my office in Atlanta, including phone support. That's the URL for our support team at the top in red. And you guys, I am not good at design and graphics. I'll never be that person. I would like to be, but there are people that are so much more talented, I would just pay them. But I like doing my own thing. So don't ever expect fancy slides. I like to keep it real, keep it raw. erc.team/support if you need help. Let me show you this guy, Tito's, fabulous marketer, Austin, Texas, signed up a restaurant. They got over $1.5 million. Tito's made multiple 5 figures. Let's see. Dinner. Imagine just if you're in the U.S. and you're picking up takeout and you sign up a client. We've got Facebook groups. We got all the kind of things you're used to. This is a super supportive community. We've got regular trainings, right? We do them on Monday at 11. We give you lead tracking systems. We give you lead lists. I give you all kind of funnels that are working. The latest is from one of our members we did Monday, Scott Hall, with LinkedIn. Fiona, you got to hear it. The guy is #1 agent for 2022. And not only is he #1, he is putting in 20, 30 deals a week. Think about that, you guys. So we've got that nurture and follow-up system. I even showed it to you because I happen to be in Tampa right now. We have an entire team, 100-ish people that are going to follow up and run down the documents and make sure your deals close. And we have our regular mastermind we run every week. It's good. I don't know if it's the best, but it's good, right? We work together. We strategize. We do the things. We do the things you got to do, right? And we include one-on-one help. Now, think about this. Now, we've been slower on one-on-one help because of how many agents we have, but I continue to do small group and one-on-one help to help people. Like what I will do is I will commit to a training where I have a couple non-US people. I'll have Sean, I'll have Scott, whose method works well internationally, and then I'll have my sales trainer on a call, right? I will get you guys set up, but I want you to know, no excuses, no failing, no wasting money. You're going to do this. You're going to get it done. You don't have to be technical. You don't have to be salesy. You don't have to be a master of traffic. Although, with what I know Paul does and can do, you're able to apply what you've already learned. You're able to apply exactly, right? Exactly what works in other areas here. And you guys, you're going to make, let me fix this. So we have a fee, right? We have a fee. And if you actually get all the documents, you can make up to 30%. It's between 10 and 30% of our fee. Somebody keeps asking that. I want to make sure I answer it. Right? Pretty amazing. You can partner with our team. Now, when you sign up, you get like a thank you page. You get 4 emails that come in the mail. One is going to provide you access to the members area, the portal. Another one is going to provide you with an agent agreement. This is financial services, and we do have to ask you to sign the agent agreement. Our lawyers mandate that, not Brian, lawyers. If you're in the United States, we ask you to set up with the company called Every, and this is how we can pay you same day when it's time to pay you. It's an ACH payment. If you're international, we do a bank wire. Okay? Awesome. Let's see. What I really want to do, though, is stop talking for a few minutes, and I want to answer any questions. Now, I didn't go super deep. Here's what I did. I took out dollar amounts on how much money people's made. I know at some level that's exciting and it's cool, but I don't want anybody to misconstrue. You get paid for referring deals that get closed out, right? That pay an accounting fee. That's what you're getting paid for. The amount you get paid varies based on the size of the deal. You can make, on the low end, our average is a couple thousand. On the highest end, 6 figures. Now, the 6 figures is completely unusual and not normal. An average deal is like 3 to 7K. That's an average payout. So I want you to think about, let's 3 to 7, let's say 5K. How many $5,000 checks or payments do you want? That is the question, because there's nothing stopping you. There's nothing stopping you. It's up to you. There is no limiting factor. You are able, if you're a newbie, this is for you. If you're an expert, if you have a job, by the way, Scott Hall has a full-time professional job in New York City where he travels extensively. Fiona, I don't have it offhand, but I will make sure you get it. I'm gonna have our team email it to everybody. So you'll get an email today or tomorrow with it, Fiona. I'll make sure they email it to everybody. Okay, now, yeah, people are saying I want unlimited. I want as many as possible. So, absolutely. Now, you may say, can I do this? I ask you this question with all sincerity. You're giving away free money from the government that doesn't have to be paid back, and you're not charging anything on the front end. It's not hard. I promise you, most of you are dabbling in things much more complex and much harder. This is free money from the government. Now, not every business qualifies, right? First of all, the business has to have been affected by COVID. They have to meet certain criteria. Like somebody said, yes, Jane, somebody said, can it work for a roofing company? It can. Can it work for a manufacturing company? It can. How about an accounting firm? It can. How about a restaurant, a bar, a nightclub, an amusement park ride creator? I'm thinking of different deals. How about an electrical company, an HVAC contractor? How about a medical marijuana place? How about any type of business? How about brick and mortar? Yes. How about an online business? Yes. Here are some basic requirements. They have to be American businesses. They have to have employees that are what they call W-2. W-2. What does that mean? Well, Kat Bonnie, put in a support ticket and we'll help you on the question, on the referring question. They have to be employees of the company, not contractors. In America, at the end of the year, full-time employees or part-time that are employees of a company, they get a tax form called a W-2. If they're not a W-2, there's something called a 1099. That just refers to tax forms. But if they're employees of the company, it can be an online business. It can be a local business. It doesn't matter. I helped a website design company in Nashville, Tennessee. My very first or second deal, I made like $9,000. They got like $200,000 back, roughly. Think about that. crazy. And I never looked back. On any given day, I'm referring at least 5 to 10, if not 20 deals a day. Why? I want to help. I have a personal mission of helping 5,000 entrepreneurs myself, right? As a company, we will help over 100,000 entrepreneurs, businesses access this free money that many of them have never heard of. It's a difference maker. It's a chance to serve people like us, right? That often don't get the same kind of help from banks and financial services. We are connecting them to government money that they don't know about, and we're able to earn a percentage, a referral fee from the accounting group. Guess what? It feels pretty good. I will tell you this, that when I send checks to members, it's one of the nice, it really feels good. It's a nice feeling because I love seeing other people successful. I love seeing Christy get paid on 2 deals yesterday, or maybe it was today, Christy. Yesterday or today. I lose track of the days. I love seeing Antoine get a 6-figure check. I love seeing people make 6 figures and growing and growing. I love getting messages saying I just bought my wife a car or an SUV I saw. I think you could do it from Scotland, John. You can do it from Israel, Peru. You can do it from anywhere. Yes, absolutely. If you were in the U.S. and knew 20 people with businesses, it would be easier. I'm not going to lie to you, but this is so good. I want to tell you the truth. I'm in the U.S., but I'm not meeting anything. I'm not meeting any of these businesses, John. I could as well be in the Highlands. I could be anywhere. Right? It doesn't matter. It could be in Glasgow. It doesn't matter where I am because what I'm doing is more online. It doesn't matter that I live in the Atlanta suburbs. They don't know that. For all they know, I live in Kenya. They have no idea. Meg, my name is Brian Anderson. Yes, I'm with ERTC Express. You can go to ertc.com if you want to see our website, Meg. Thank you for asking. Tony said he missed the beginning, but thank you. Yes, Paul will get you a replay. What I want to encourage you is if you feel like it's time to change how things are working, if you feel like helping other people and getting paid would be an amazing opportunity, then I encourage you to participate here. I really encourage you. Frank said, Brian, you could be on the International Space Station as long as you have an internet connection. You're right, man. There are 2 or 3 cosmonauts and 1 American astronaut up there right now. Welcome, Greg. You could do this from anywhere. Now, what's important? We have messaging. We've got websites. We're about to release a new website to all of our agents that looks kind of like ertc.com. It's going to be much better than our previous site. What else? Somebody said, how fast do I get paid? So that's a great question. I have an easy answer. So when the customer's deal is finished, they have a choice of paying at that time or deferring till later. If they pay at that time, whether they pay up front, guess what? You are going to get paid very quickly thereafter. If they pay a deposit at that time and then the balance later, you get half of the deposit right then. If the whole thing is deferred, one, you make more money, but you have to wait. Typically, it's like 12 weeks. I'm about to announce, I'm going to let you in on a secret. I don't think everybody on all my normal agents know this yet. I'm about to announce a commission advance program where people, right? People can now, even on their deals that are deferred, they can get an advance on their commissions right away. Steve, that's what I do, Steve. This is a different version of that Azo. Azo, that's our previous product that's no longer available. But in essence, it's the same thing, but different. It's the same thing, but different. I know that's not the best answer of all time, but that's the truth. So the company has offices in Miami in Tampa, which is where I am, in Atlanta, which is where I live. I actually work in that office, in Nashville, and in Los Angeles. There's like 2 salespeople in New York City, but they're the only salespeople. I don't really count as an office. It's a bit much. So somebody said, I'm signing up right now. It's Trevor. What name should we use as our field agent ID? Guess what? Use anything you want. I would just use my name or my business name, Trevor. It can be changed later, so you're not locked in. Tony said, Brian, you do realize this sounds too good to be true. Tony, yes. As a matter of fact, the number one objection that I have run into is this real? Google, IRS, and ERTC. You'll see that it's real. What's the shelf life before the U.S. government pulls the plug? I don't remember the exact count right now. Call it 18 months, 20 months, Steve. We got about 20 months left to help as many businesses as we can. As many businesses as possible. I will tell you this. My experience is get signed up. You instantly get your website. I want you to immediately plug in, get in a Facebook community. I'm going to get a special training together. I'm going to get with Sid, who's about to get here in just a few minutes. And you know what we're going to do? I'm going to organize a training, kind of like a fast start for you guys, especially heavily based on assuming that you're not in the U.S. I love it. Make hay while the sun shines. Yes. You basically have 18 to 20 months. Azo, just put in a ticket and we can help you there on it, Kay. I don't want to go down that path on the call, but we can help you, Kay. Kat, yes. Can we use a Bitly domain to shorten it? Yes. What I would do is get a vanity URL, like something, get tax help now or something like that, and forward it to your website. That easy. That's what I would do. But I'm happy. I'll show you that on a call if you want. But you can use a Bitly domain if you wanted, SD. At the end of the day, though, it sounds too good to be true. It is actually true. If it was too good to be true and it was bad, you'd probably know about it. But look, at the end of the day, anybody can do it. You could be a newbie. You can be advanced. You can use video marketing. You can use email. I prefer one-to-one kind of methods. I prefer small batch marketing. I prefer LinkedIn. I prefer direct Facebook messages. I prefer things like that. Why? I've been doing that. It works. I've also been doing small batch cold email, like 5 and 10 at a time. That works too. Anytime you get too aggressive and you try to email the whole world, right? It usually doesn't work. It just doesn't work for most of you. And the struggle is real. The struggle, my friends, is very, very real. So, at the end of today, you just have to ask yourself, do you want to get involved? Right? And it's up to you. Right? There's no issue. There's nothing holding you up. It's free. But I would tell you not to sign up if you're not interested. I would tell you not to sign up if it doesn't resonate, because you don't want something distracting you. If this will help get you towards your goal, if your goal is to add potentially thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands, this may get you there, right? Somebody said, why aren't you charging? Well, guess what? The company makes money when you do a deal. So rather than charge you to make money on the front end, I want more people to make more money, because the company will make more money at the end of the day, and we will help more entrepreneurs. If I said it was $2,000 to sign up and all that kinds of stuff, instead of 100 people signing up today, there might be 15 signing up. And I want you to think about, if only 15 of you signed up and you each did one deal a week, that's 15 deals a week. But if 100 of you signed up and you each did a half a deal a week, that's 50 deals a week. It's better, right? And I mean that. And it took a while to figure everything out. Nothing's perfect. No company's perfect. No program, nothing is. But I can tell you this. If you put effort in here, you will find success. It doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but I have too many examples, hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands and thousands of dollars. Everybody has to sign the NDA agreement, even if you're not from the U.S. You guys, I have nothing to do with it. It's lawyers. Obviously, it just says you're not going to do bad things and steal stuff. I doubt it applies to any of you. It is really aimed at CYA for the company from an insurance standpoint and things like that. But I can't speak to it. I'm not a lawyer, but you do have to sign it to get paid. So if you don't sign the agreement, you shouldn't sign up, honestly. Just keep it real, right? But with that being said, any questions I haven't answered? Is there anything I can tell you or share or show you at all right now? Anybody? All right, I like it. How much money can I make? I see that over and over again. I'm going to answer it again. You can make very little, or you can make a whole hell of a lot, right? I want to avoid giving you numbers. I can tell you that we typically pay out hundreds of thousands of dollars to agents on commission payday. Hundreds of thousands. That's to a variety of agents, not one person, okay? It varies. You could have a deal that's $1,500 or $2K to you on the small side. You could have $5K or $7K. You could have big deals that are 5 figures plus. There is no one right answer. Thank you so much, everybody. Azzo, you're already good. You're already signed up, I think you said. So I wouldn't sweat that. So what else? Frank, let me see if I can message you, man. Let's see. How do I do this? I'm going to reply. Let's see if I do this right, you guys. I'm going to message Frank, who had when you get the questions, you don't want anybody else to know. Okay. Awesome. All right. So for everybody that's here, it's really easy. There's so many of you signing up. I didn't want to sit here, twist your arm. I didn't even read all the bonuses, to be honest. I got a bunch more bonuses. At the end of the day, I gave you all you need to know to say, wow, I dig this. Or it doesn't work for me. It's not a good fit. And that's cool too, right? It's important to go on the path that's right for you. For me, I had been working with businesses and helping people for a while. And you know what? I will tell you that selling marketing services, I'm reasonably good at. I'm not the best, but I'm reasonably good at. Giving away free money, I discovered I was way better at. Awesome. Amanda, I want to say thank you so much. Paul, what I would love to do with your permission, and we'll have to get them over to Vanessa to pay, but what if we gave out some money on the call just because everybody's been awesome? Is that something?
Sounds good.
Could we do it?
Yeah.
I wrote down 2 names. So I said we are going to give out 4. So we're going to give out 6 because I already picked 2 and I don't want to steal from the 4. So Joel early in the call and Mike James Seeley. I don't even remember why, but they got the answer right to some questions. So Joel and Mike James Seeley. How about $250? Will that maybe a dinner out or pay it forward, help somebody out, whatever you want to do? I'll give each of you $250 because you were on the call with Paul, man. You were here. You were engaged. Paul, let's give away another 4. You see people that are engaged and fired up. I don't want to. It's so hard. These 2, it was easy because they answered a question. I got to tell you, your audience is on fire, fired up. I mean, Amanda and Colin, so many of them. I mean, all of them. Frank. I mean, so let's give out 4 more, and then if you can get Vanessa their info, we will reach out. If you're in the U.S., we can direct deposit it to you. Otherwise, we can PayPal or one of those kind of methods to you guys.
Yeah. Do you want me to choose a few people?
That would be awesome, actually, if you would.
Yeah.
That's
So
really good.
somebody who's just always turns up to everything. She's actually a moderator as well, and she's just amazing. She just gives so much all the time, and she's been super engaged all the way through. Is Amanda?
Oh my
So,
God! I'm glad
think
you said
Amanda
that.
deserves
She's
one.
been on fire. I would have completely agree.
Yeah, Amanda is literally on fire. So yeah, so that's the first one. That's the no-brainer.
No
So we've
brainer.
got 3 more here, and
Yeah,
I've
let's
been
get 3
keeping
more,
an eye
and
on the
they're
chat.
all good.
Yeah.
Or you know what, Paul? What if we ask, hey, you guys, what was the number one takeaway? Oh, Chris, that's pretty good, my friend. What was the number one takeaway? Like, so Paul has some stuff because he's skimming it like I am, but help us.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. Who, mind you, they can't see the chat. So, so yeah, let's have a look. J Mike, he who you've already awarded, but basically he turns up to everything as well. So that was a very good choice. Joel, superb. So yeah, let's have a look. By the way, thank you for that, man. I actually didn't know that you weren't making an offer. I didn't realize
you know what? You guys watch this. This is what I'm going to do. Normally, you guys, I'm going to tell you how it goes. Normally, you do an affiliate, you do an offer. Here's what I'm going to do. Everybody here, I want it to be free. I don't want you to pay a nickel. But every one of you that signs up, I'm going to help you. Our team's going to help you. And at the end of the day, some of you are going to like crush it. Some of you are going to just make a few bucks. And unfortunately, some of you probably won't do anything. And only you know. But you can do this. You really can. And the stuff you've learned from Paul. Look, I just did a webinar with Paul on some video strategies and training. My list, almost all of which are heavily involved in this, are going nuts over it. So the stuff you learn from Paul is directly applicable to what we're doing. I want you to think of taking that knowledge and applying it on something. That's all we're doing.
I'd switch my mic off there. Yeah, but I literally didn't know. By the way, we'll have a quick look through the chat. I'll let you, Brian, as well, check through to see who. I actually had to nip out for a bit, so I missed some of it. So I'm going to catch the replay. But but yeah, I just want to say, like, before we select the last 3 guys, I just want to say thanks to Brian. I actually didn't know that he wasn't going to make an offer for like a course or something at the end, and he's actually started doing this for free. And it's because, we know each other. We're in the industry. We've been working with each other a few years, and we did a webinar the other day, and Brian's just really one of the good guys. And like he showed you his office. He's got 100 people working for him, right? So
Don't
you guys
recommend that, by the way. It's exhausting.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah, he's not one of those guys that's going to show you like, here's me jumping out of a plane. No, he's exhausted.
I'm crazy. Well, I got to dress up and wear it. I don't wear a tie though, but I got to tell you, but you know what? When you guys, one takeaway that I've learned is I got to plug my computer in. When something's just really crushing, you just dial it in and go after it. And all we're really doing is doing Internet Marketing 101, and we're going after it. Every one of you can do everything I've done. There is nobody on this call that cannot be successful. There is none. I have a guy, Paul. About an hour. He's an agent, an hour outside of, hopefully I pronounce this right, Karachi, Pakistan, the capital of Pakistan. He's about an hour outside in a small village. He's done 7 deals. He lives in a village in Pakistan. 7 deals.
Wow.
I mean, anybody can do it. If you're in London, I mean, come on, you guys. If you're anywhere, anybody in the U.S., don't even get me started. But anywhere you live, it doesn't matter. We have somebody in Israel. We have somebody in Cuenca, Ecuador. We have people all over the world, not just in America. We got a lot of Canadians, as you would imagine. It's really easy because the value to the business is up here. There's no ask of money to get started. And the offer is just so strong, right? It's so strong that people go, yeah, I'm interested. Or they're skeptical, but they want to find out more. And then the team that you saw when I walked around, they just help get them over the skepticism. That's it. That's really all we're doing, y'all.
Cool. So, guys, by the way, I'm looking through the chat for the last three, but I've got a list here of everyone who's signed up. So, so I'm going to cross-examine. So, you guys who are going to take action, I think we should reward you as well, right? Because it's costing you nothing. Just go and get signed up, guys. The link's on the screen. I've put it up again. Go and get that done. And you know, the thing is, right? There's nothing to pay and so much to gain. Like, how often do you see an offer like that? How often do you get to come on these things? And you know, Brian said at the start, right? I've got to be honest, right? I'm going to be totally transparent. He said, put away your wallets. There's nothing for you to pay. And I thought, right, okay, he'll give you free presentation. There's nothing to pay, but then he's going to make you pay, right?
I'd be in trouble, Paul.
Yeah, and I got a copy of this webinar, right? And I didn't have a chance to go through it properly, so I just thought there'll be an offer at the end, right? Because I love Brian, and I know, and actually he's, you know, I go by what the thing is, right? Not necessarily by what the offer is or anything like. I'm like, what is it that it's going to be able to do? And I'm like, I was hooked, right? I was like, okay, we've got to bring it on. But I actually there's always an offer, right? So, and there isn't, but there is. Obviously, the offer is that if you take action, you make money. Like, that's it, really. You just got to do the steps, right? And then that's it. You know, it's like, you know, there's work involved, like there is with anything, but you just got to follow the training that Brian gives you and literally apply it, right? So, who are we going to give? I'm not very good at this. I hate this. I used to do.
It's the worst. Me too, Paul.
I used to do. What about Cat Booney? He's posting a lot.
Oh, 100%.
Is he signed up though? Let's check if he's signed up.
Oh, and his mom is his business partner. I love it. Sharon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, Cat, have you signed up? Put in yes or no. If you have, we're going to give you $250. Well, Brian is.
Yeah, no, and actually it won't even be Brian, it's Vanessa on my team. So she will I'm gonna get her the list after this call, and Paul will make sure you give Paul your info.
I don't see your name on here, Kat. Oh man, you might have missed out.
Uh-oh.
Unless you've signed up and under a different name.
Oh yeah, under business velocity.
Yeah, he said yes, signed up.
Yep, I see it now.
He's there, is he?
Yep, good.
Okay, cool. You're in. Okay, so Kat, you've got one. So that's 4 now. How many you got left?
Joel signed up. Make sure we have your info, Joel, because you were closest to the number earlier in the call. So we've got Joel and Mike. We've done Amanda and Kat. So 2 more. Let's have 2 more winners, you guys, because you guys were super engaged. Everybody on the call, honestly, you guys have been fabulous. I mean that. I didn't expect anything less, but pretty awesome.
Yeah, we have a good crowd. I mean, like literally everyone's great. Like nobody's moaning about stuff online in our group. Everyone's taking action, doing stuff. It really blows me away what, you know, the community we got. So I'm just seeing who's been posting quite regularly. I hate doing this, man, because then you leave someone out.
It's so hard, right?
I could never do a quiz show or anything like that. We used to have a thing called a Wheel of Fortune. So I used to let fate decide, but I can't remember if I had to choose someone, but we used to spin the wheel and then that would kind of let you know who's won, and because then it was taken out of my hands. Right. Okay. Who we got? I'm just seeing if I can see a name coming up more regularly. Okay. I see. We got Roy. Is Roy in?
Roy?
Yeah, let's just see if we've got Roy signed up. He says he's signed up, so yeah, Roy's in, and I've even got his email address. Roy, you're in. I'll let Brian choose the last one.
Oh, I don't know if you can share it. I don't know if you see. Do you see Clyde's message? I don't know Clyde, but I remember seeing this payment, Clyde.
You sent me. Oh my God! Let's broadcast that to the room.
Yeah, that's as real as it gets. Ask Clyde if I have permission to show it. I'll pull it up and make it more real.
Yeah,
but I don't want to do it unless
he
says it's okay. I mean, if he says it's okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I sort of did it anyway. I didn't ask permission. Sorry,
no, I'll show you in the system.
Yeah. Oh right. Oh, I see. Yeah, Clyde, can he bring that up? let us know. So yeah, I'll let you choose the last one, Brian.
All right, you're as bad as me. Let's go with. I'm going to go with. So hard, Frank. I pick you, but I don't want to be biased since I know you. But I'll hook you up anyway, Frank. All right. How about? God, it's so hard. It really is so hard. You know what? How about Trevor? Trevor, I work out with this guy at the gym who spells his name Trevor, but he pronounces it Trevor. And he's a young guy. He's like 34 or 5. Big guy, like really big. And he pushes and motivates me to do more. And you know what? Let's do Trevor in honor of my friend Trevor. Richard, great website. That's phenomenal. Clyde,
I think you've gone one over, by the way. Are you cool with that?
No, that's fine.
You got Trevor, Frank, Roy, Kat, Amanda, J. Mike, and Joel.
All right. So what I'm going to do? Somebody said about the Clyde. Let's see. Let me see if this is. I'm trying to. Clyde, what's your last name so I can make sure I pull the right Clyde up? There's a lot of Clydes, funny enough. I think is it last name is Hayes with an H? Let's see if that's the right person. I want to make sure. Yep. Okay. So somebody, Clyde said I can share this. Let me see how to do this. All right. I'm about to push my knowledge of Webinar Jam again. I'll watch this. I'm going to stop sharing. All right, come on, share. I'm going to share this link. Okay, you should see private financial data. We have permission from Clyde, who is on the call with us. This payment was sent to Clyde. Clyde, was it yesterday? Obviously, I didn't know you were here. You should see paid February 28th. Actually, today. Does it show on the screen or no?
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm trying to show the February 28th. I don't know if I can get it to.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Let's see if I reorientate the screen. There it is. Paid February 28th. You guys, how's that? Randomly, no, I didn't know Clyde was here because obviously I knew Jeff Hayes was paid. I didn't know his middle name was Clyde. And guess what? $17,000 paid to Clyde today. Clyde, I don't know anything about the business. Honestly, the team tees him up, and I literally click the button to send the money to you. So way to go. Congrats to you. Big shout out. That's a great one. So good stuff. Obviously, man.
That's
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Yeah, if you want to, Meg, if you want to share Paul's link, you can absolutely do that. ERTCexpress.com/Paul Murphy. Awesome, Joel. I was an Eagle Scout and a Cub Scout leader back in the day, so I appreciate all that. I hope you have a nice evening. So listen, everybody, this is, man, I never do this, but I have a guy on the phone, right? He's on the call with us. He got paid today. And there are a few others on the call that were paid today as well. Anyway, fabulous. I'm going to turn this off. I don't like to make it about that. There's enough money and things like that happen. Guys, at the end of the day, it's exciting. It's really cool. Any one of you can do this. It's not hard. What I will do is put the link back up. That's it. I have nothing else to add. ERTCexpress.com/Paul Murphy. If you do this, you're good to go. You sign up. That's it. And you know what I'm going to do, you guys? One, when we finish the call, Paul's going to give me the name and info. We'll reach out to each of you, all the peeps, and it looks like we went over, so totally cool. And you know what else we'll do? I'm going to get an email out. I'm going to do a fast action call and get you guys quick started with some of my team right away. Sid, who's one of our sales trainers, he's really good, and I will have him jump on it. He'll do the call right out of the gate. He's good. Like on a bad day, he's better than I am. Listen, all of you guys, I want to say thank you to Celeste and Roy and Chris and Frank and Joel and Tony and Meg and Amanda, so many people. But Paul, most importantly to you, thank you for hosting us. Thank you for letting us be here. Amanda, thank you. All of you guys. Mike James Seeley earlier and Kat. I mean, there's so many people. This is a really fabulous audience. So we appreciate all of you guys. I encourage you, if you're motivated or interested at all, we're glad you're here. And if you're not, that's okay too. You know what? You're in the right place. Doesn't mean everything doesn't fit everybody, right? It has to connect with you. And if it does, good things can happen. If it doesn't, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So thanks again, everybody. Paul, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, man. And just want to say, guys, right? Come on in, take a look, going through the training, get yourself set up, get yourself signed up, right? It's no jiggery pokery. It's not trying to get money out of you here, because everybody wins, right? Everybody makes money when people claim money, and you get your 17 grand or whatever it is you're going to do.
Well, no, like think about that one. So we'll make a few K on that, the company, but look at Clyde made 17,000. But you know what? If I had charged Clyde, $97, I'd rather Clyde make that money, help that business. The company makes money. It all goes around. Yeah, Meg, there is a time limit. There is scarcity, and this is not internet marketing. The United States government has put a ticking clock on this thing. You got about 18 months left to do it. I encourage you. I promise you, if this is interesting, do it now. It costs you nothing. I can't promise that we'll leave the agent program open. Truthfully, the agent program in the last 90 days grew far beyond what I intended it to be. And a lot of people were interested. And it's just kind of how it is. But if you're interested, sign up now. We'll get you sorted out. It's not about money. It's about making sure you have access to the opportunity and you just have the time. This is real scarcity by the Internal Revenue Service and the U.S. Congress. So,
by the way, guys, I signed up earlier. I'm doing it, right? So it's like, once I saw it was a free offer, I was like, well, I'm going to do it. Why not? If it's free money, I'm going to take free money.
Listen to this. I'll tell you a guy, I don't think he'll mind. Bill McIntosh, great marketer. He's out in California. He's doing this. Barry Plaskow. There's probably, you guys, I won't name all these names, but there's about 75 to 100 A-level marketers you guys would know of that are doing this. You know what? They walk the walk. They're marketers at their core, and they see an opportunity when an offer is so strong, and the value of free money without having to pay is pretty strong. People are taking advantage of it. So Awesome, you guys. Paul, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brian. Well, we'll let you go and we'll wrap this up, guys. So go and sign up, guys. That's all I can say. We'll get the replay out tomorrow. The scarcity of the replay, like Brian just said, is literally you have 18 months to take advantage, right? So we're not going to do a deadline on the replay. We'll send it out for a couple of days and you can watch it. You can sign up and then, it's up to you, right? But but it's free. So just get on it, guys. Obviously, sign up, have a look at it, take some action, make some money. Everyone wins. So, thanks ever so much, Brian. Have a good evening, everyone, guys. And, thanks for hanging out with us for 2 hours. And, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, everyone. See you, Brian.
You guys. Bye.